We are live. We are back. We are back. Athletic Clubs nil, Manchester United 3, and are Manchester United final bound? That is the question, guys. That is the question. I am Old Man G, RDS, back again with another match reaction. Thanks to everyone, by the way, who joined the watch along. Fantastic game. And 3-0, guys. 3-0. I would have liked a fourth because we don't have away goals, and so that would have been my thing. So, but it is what it is. But to me, listen, we deserve to win. I've seen a lot of rival fans, annoyed, a lot of hating and saying, United deserve the penalty, blah blah. The reality is, guys, is that the referee wasn't the reason why. I mean, I think it's telling that I'm seeing a lot of people just criticize the referee for that 5 minutes than they do actually look at how Bilbao have actually played. Like, people are more focused on, but the referee sent him off and the penalty and blah, blah. They're not talking about the first goal, which Maguire basically became, but Maguire did a Dino. Maguire did a Dino in Bilbao. That's what Maguire, he did a Dino, and they're not talking about that. They're not talking about the fact that you're 2-0 down, you shut up shop. Instead, you're going all out attacking because you're emotional, and they got exposed, and Bruno scored the third goal, and essentially almost killed off the tie. We should have killed off the tie. I think we should have got a fourth, but I understand wanting to rest. You think about a final, get players, Manu, etc. When you look at the other results, when you look at Spurs being 3-1 up against, I mean, it'll be an injustice if United to win the Europa League because we played against better opposition, Lyon, Athletic, to get to the final, and Spurs haven't. They played against, I think, was it Frankfurt and Bodo Glimt, and it would just be an injustice. I'm still hoping that Bodo Glimt can turn it around, get that 2-0, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, Chelsea done their thing. But yeah, on the United, man, I'm just happy, guys. I genuinely thought that if it was 0-0 or 1-0 to Bilbao, then that would be a good result for Manchester United. I didn't even anticipate 3-0. I did not anticipate 3-0 at all. Just before I break the match down and get into player rating, make sure obviously you like and subscribe to Red Devil Studio, bottom right hand corner. Got a few people watching, so please do that. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, the first 20 minutes of the game, I think that we did struggle. Athletic Club pressed us, pressed the life out of us. They're obviously playing to the occasion. The crowd was absolutely the noise in it's just loud. I don't know why we can't do it at Old Trafford. It was loud in that stadium. And Athletic had chances, the header, the cross, they had chances. They were causing us problems. And they will cause us problems with 11 men at Old Trafford. They will, because they're going to want to come out, and they want to come out and score. And all it takes, literally all it takes is 1-2. This is why 3-0 for me, 3-0 is almost like 2-0 for United, because when United concede one goal, they concede another one not that after, and then suddenly it's 3-2, it's 20 minutes, and you're like, wow, okay, they could get a third, and the composure goes, and then what's going on? But we'll talk about composure in a second, because I do think the likes of Bruno and Casemiro, we're needing them to be good at this time, because the experience, Agate, Patrick Dorgu, some of these players, they're nervous. We saw, I saw Dorgu and Agate for the first 20 minutes were having stinkers. They were having absolute stinkers, and they were nervous, rightfully, having stinkers. And it was just the experience of Maguire, of Casemiro, of Bruno that really helped this team sort of go through, because obviously they've been here before. But that first goal, like I said, I think I was looking at this like, is that Maguire there? And then Maguire then went and then did his Dino thing. And I was like, wow. Head, Casemiro head, goal. 1-0 thinking, cool. Okay, we're up. Good. Let's see. Let's go. I'm going enthusiastic. And then the penalty. Now, the controversy, apparently people say, I mean, no one's really talking about it on the TNT Sport, but apparently there was a handball in the build-up. Let me know what you think about that in the chat, guys. But in fact, I need to put my man of the match post. I'll put that in the thing in the chat. Yeah. Who was your man of the match? And I'll start that. But either, to be honest, it was a different phase of play, or he slipped. That's what I would say. I don't think because the picture I'm showing is basically Garnacho going down and just his hand grips the ball, and it's like, well, okay, but he slipped though. Like, he came over. It's like we can't be giving, especially that far out, we can't be giving handballs for that. Maybe in a penalty goal, but in on field, like, nah, you can't. Although the haters will. Let me just put the poll up. So Maguire, Bruno, Casemiro, Fernandez, Maguire, Casemiro, Fernandez, and yeah, I'll put Garnacho. Yeah, Garnacho. Those are the people I put. Let me know. Vote in. The poll is in. Let me know who your man of the match was, and I will put the poll obviously on the description. Sorry, guys. I've just DH. Sorry, guys. For those who are watching, HH is just HH. Big up HH, man. HH has just uploaded a video. I'm and Berkey cheating that way. Guys, man. Some of these guys, I'm sorry. So, like, it is the amount of the amount of hate that I'm getting from rivals through this. It reminds me of back in the good old days, man. These are the days that I want. I want to go back to the day when rival fans would just, like, we just lived rent free. Like, United we are 15, 16 in the Premier League, and still, even though we're in the worst position ever, we are still living rent free in people's in rival fans' brains. It's beautiful. I love it. So, but yeah, that's just funny. But yeah, big up the guys, man. Like I said, I really didn't think, but the thing is, though, is that, like, if we are looking at the final, Spurs are a problem. Spurs are a problem. They've beaten us every single game this season. The 3-0 Old Trafford when Bruno got the red card, which they'll be looking at in the final. He needs to have his experience in the Carabao Cup, I think it was, when it was 4-3. So we can score against them, at least we know that. And then obviously the 1-0 recently, so although we scored 3 goals in their stadium, weirdly. So but yeah, I think one of the Spurs, though, that I think we threw that game, so the Europa League, but I don't anyway. The point is that Spurs is going to be difficult in the final, and we can't hand Spurs their first European trophy. Although it would be typical Spurs if they bottled it. But yeah, guys, it is not really much to say in the performance, aside from the fact that in the second half, I think that we controlled the game. I think that we should have got a fourth to kill it off. Now, literally, just what you do is you just rest players. You just, you got a second leg. We still got to play a bit quite strong, I think, against them. Get the first goal at Old Trafford, and then that silences the away support, in my personal opinion. We need to get the first goal. If we get the first goal, this team panics. And the one thing that was good about this team was the Casemiro, in particular, stood up today. You know, Casemiro helped us against Lyon. His leadership, his Real Madrid gene leadership, actually led us. And today, it was the same thing. You know, come on, wake up, like just focus, etc., etc. That is what Casemiro did, and yeah, you know, it was good. It was good. Right, let me get into the player ratings, and then we will head off because I think there's a lot of rival fans imploding right now. Let's put it this way: there are a lot of rival fans imploding right now. So let's quickly get to the player ratings, and then we'll head off. Let me just have a look here. Zaya says, sack Amorim on the spot if he loses to Van der Spurs. He won't, though. In the bag, it's done. I hope so. I hope so. The only reason I'm doubting is because we played Spurs 3 times. This will be the 4th time we played Spurs this season. 2 away at home, Carabao Cup, and then this. Like, do they have our number? And also, Spurs are also coming back full strength. So I'm like, with a full strength Spurs side against us, you know, can we beat them? I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, maybe if Xerxes was in, you know, but I don't know. And also, it's Premier League against Premier League. I think the big thing here is that what we've seen with a lot of the teams, that the physicality of the Premier League has come through. The physicality of the Premier League has come through. And it's why I presume, you know, they've dominated, certainly at the low end of European competition. But when it comes to final, that physical advantage is no longer there. You're playing Spurs, you're playing another Premier League team. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go into the player ratings. Big up Zai, by the way, as well, man. Thanks for joining again. So let's get to the player ratings. Let's scroll. Obviously, just a quick review of the stats. Obviously, United shots on target got a lot higher after the second, so 14-9, 7 on target 3. United possession, I mean, it was already ahead, 63 above, but then it became 7 down. Pass accuracy improved, obviously reasons. Obviously, these things are biased. 7 fouls, 19 fouls, man. 19 fouls, man. It was like playing Stoke, man. I'm sorry. 1 red card. The fact that Bilbao only had 3 yellow cards and is criminal, given that they committed more than double the amount of fouls. So there you go. 4 corners to 5. Right. Let's go to the player ratings now. I'll just use my sheet here. Onana gave a 6. I think he had like after the sending off, he really didn't have a lot to do. He didn't. So I'll give Onana a 6. Lindelof, I'll give let me. I'm gonna go high. Almost made a mistake, but defensively, fine. Did he do anything specific? I'll give Lindelof a 6.5. Give Lindelof a 6.5. I didn't really notice him that much, but he was okay coming in. Maguire for me is an 8, man. Maguire for me is an 8. You know, solid at the back, leadership, and that Ronaldinho-esque moments. That Ronaldinho-esque moment, he gets it for me. He gets it. Euro, I'll also give an 8 as well. I think Euro had a really good game. He has really improved across the season. He made a couple of very good interceptions. He really helped us. He's improved. And remember, he's still young. So I feel like when he maybe bulks up a little bit, I think he's going to improve. With a good preseason as well, because obviously he got injured. I think he'll improve. Matswari, I think was solid. I think helped up on that side, pushed us up, especially with Garnacho. So I'll give him a 7.5. Casemiro, for me, you could argue is man of the match. I give Casemiro a 9. He helped us to maintain our composure, man. He really, really did. He was very important for us. The goal, obviously, that he scored, being in the right place at the right time, I think was really important. And his leadership just throughout, I think, was brilliant. You know, he kind of tried to calm Agate down, who I'll give a 6.5. I think he had, okay game, especially after the sending off. But to be honest, the first 20 minutes he was I'll give him a 6. Actually, it was an honor. For the first 20 minutes, he was losing the ball. He was getting rattled. Like, it wasn't ideal. Shout out to Athletic Bilas. Well, bro, I mean, I said I've just seen HH's match reaction, and I'm gonna come out on the hangout, man. I didn't think he'd get that emotion, man. It's just, oh man, it's funny, guys. It's funny. I'm gonna troll him. You know what? I'm gonna troll him. Congrats to Chelsea, by the way. But man, like cheating, Fergie. It's funny. It's funny. I live for that as a United fan, to see us live rent free. Look at what his views on Amram. Don't trust my judgment. What his views on Amram. Don't trust my judgment. Trust his. The Spurs could still bottom. Yeah, you're true. You're right. This is the thing. This is why I said that goal that they scored. I'm like, there's still a chance. There's still a chance, because Spurs could bottle it in Norway. Like, Border Glimt did score 2 goals against Lazio, and they're going to go for it. Spurs could bottle it in Norway. So there is always this, if it was 3-0, I was like, it's a bit tricky at home, but 2-0, there's always a chance. There is always a chance. Definitely surprised by this performance, probably because you were 10 minutes from getting knocked out the last game. Well, yeah, that's why. But also, you've got to remember that we got quite a few key players back. Unlike that last game where we had a lot of kids. If you look at the squad back, I think Maguire was back. Agate on the bench, Delit, Mount, Diallo, Luke Shaw as well. So Kobe Mainu and so on. The Mainu obviously did come on towards the end. But I mean, the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of these injuries are coming back, So, and I think that helped us obviously a lot. Where am I? I'm in the player ratings. Do I have any more comments actually? Yeah, player ratings. Let me know what your thoughts are. Obviously, who was the man of the match? Yeah, one Dorgu. Dorgu 6.5. Yeah, I'll give Dorgu 6.5. I think he was getting a bit better, but again, I feel like him and Agate, and maybe it's the occasion, but I feel like him and Agate, they in the first 20 minutes they struggled. I mean, I'm showing the highlights now. I mean, I'm seeing it now. Let's see, what's this? Was this a header? Yeah, crossing. Someone got through. Should have probably been a goal. That was a good cross. Should have been a goal. But Athletic Club, they had a good defensive, but I think the key for them is that they didn't seem to score that many goals. But we'll see what happens. My only hope against the club was they didn't score that many goals. Yeah, that's been the highlights again. It was a brilliant ball from both Williams brothers. And then I think it was Lindelof on the line. Yeah, brilliant. Garnacho given 8.5. I've criticized Garnacho a lot, and I do think at times he was getting greedy. But at the end of the day, I think early on we knew that it was just basically just going behind. That was a problem all the time. I mean, they're showing us Maguire thing again, man. Like what is going on here? Geez, literally, send them home. Cross. It was just insane. It's just insane. Bruno, I'll give Bruno my man of match. Bruno gets a 9.5 for the penalty and the goal, and basically the 2 goals effectively sending us to the final. Bruno was fantastic today, and he literally has saved us so many times. so many times Bruno saved us. If we're going to win the Europa League, it's going to be because it's literally going to be because of Bruno. It really, really is. And Højlund. Højlund got the penalty. Yeah, I'll give Højlund a 7. I think he was causing them a lot of problems. I would have liked him to score, you know. So, but yeah, but for me, he got the penalty. He was causing them problems. I'll give him a 7. I'll be generous. I'll give him a 7. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, let me know what your thoughts are. I don't know what Ilias. I don't know what you're talking about, but sure. Yeah. Overall, happy with the win. I think that we should be in the final. And the reality is that if United don't, I'll just be blunt. If United somehow bottle this Old Trafford, we don't deserve to be in the final. We don't deserve anything. You know, we cannot be a team, if we really want to see progression aside, we cannot be a team that bottles big leads. You know, 2-0, okay, I understand, you know, when we were 2-0 up at Old Trafford, etc., you know, and we were 2-0, I get that, you know, so, but 3-0, your base is 3-0, like, nah, we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you need to try, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter. We don't have to smash the notification button. I am off to do some trolling. Have a nice day, guys, and cheers. Peace.